Hi, welcome to Pentacle. This is a performance and a tutorial, and there's also a production at the end. So, first a performance. So, here's what it looks like. That's the final display. It's closed up and you just score the deck. Alright, it's not that difficult. Alright, and try to teach everything. Alright, so, for starters, it opens with the box worm cut. Now, you're going to hold the cards in a sort of a modified dealer's grip. You're going to move your pinky to the bottom of the deck, pointer finger at the top. I don't really know what this grip is called, so if anyone knows, please comment. Then you've got your here. So you're going to open up, split into 3 packets. You've got 2 here. Now you're going to need to push out a card. Now, you've got the deck, and you're going to just extend your pointer finger, and the card will be pushed out. It's not that difficult. It takes a little bit of practice. If you really can't do it, I've seen it done with 2 fingers, which is a little bit easier. You take it, you've got this finger as your pivot point, and you're pushing and you're pulling in. But I would stick to the original method. So you have gotten to here. Now you can wiggle this. This is the worm cut. I've got a tutorial for it elsewhere, so you're going to wiggle it if you so choose. Now you're going to stick this card into this packet. Now this is pretty simple and straightforward, but the key to keeping it here is to provide pressure with these 2 fingers, and you need a fairly decent amount, otherwise it's going to fall out. And then you're going to push out another card with this hand and show this. You can move it to the back, but that's mainly part of the production. Then you can, and first you can show it as 5 packets or 5 things. It's kind of cool. I like to do it that way. Then you're going to take the card you pushed out and stick it into this as diagonal. Make sure you can still get your pointer finger so that you can hold this packet. Now you're going to move this card to the diagonal. Now, the whole time you're going to have gripped this packet with your pinky and this with this finger, okay? Now you're going to put this packet back on your pointer finger and push out a final card. Now this can be your ending display, and you can show it and it looks pretty impressive. Or, if you're feeling brave, you can take this card which you pushed out, try to stick it into this. Now, it has this tendency to want to move out, so if you really are serious about this, you're going to move this hand out and push out one final card and get this display like I did in the performance. You're going to square the pack. See, that card usually falls out, so I wouldn't recommend that. You've got it, and you're going to flip it over. Then you can strip that out, flip it over, and you square it up and you're done. Now, as I promised, there was going to be a production. Now, this production is pretty similar. That's what it looks like. The cards fly out in opposite directions, or you can catch them, but I think that looks kind of bad. So, you go and you start the flourish like you normally would. But instead of sticking this card into this packet, the single card into the packet, you're going to put it behind the packet you're holding in your left hand. So now, and you're going to have to hold that with your thumb. Push out another card, you can go into the same display, put it behind. This is a production, both cards come from the top. So you've got it like this, and then you do the same thing, and you just move your hands in opposite directions and they'll fly apart. And the last thing, when I do this, you can use both this into an effect. You take 2 cards, you have them choose a pair. Just pull out a pair really quickly. Alright, black aces. You have them choose a card, then you say, let's get the pair. You push them both up. Now, I have a thumb break with 2 cards in this hand. So you show the 2 cards, drop your thumb break. So then, I fan these out, or just stick them in. Put both cards into the fan in different spots. Push them in, square this up, stick this into the middle of this. So now that your cards are lost, I'm going to try to find them using two principles. First is that cards of the same color and number repel. And at this point, I like to open into the flourish. The second is a flourish. Now, flourish is just being fancy. So, I'm going to try to get your cards to repel. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And then they go flying, and you have to pick them up, and they're all... Alright, that's Pentacle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.